All right, so I believe you all are catching up with the classes that have been posted. I just decided to do this to have as an addition to the one I actually did. Okay, so it's another one, color grading, still on the color wheel, using of the color wheel. Very soon when you get familiar with this, you can actually start doing your own. Okay, so well, this image is not yet retouched, so but I just prefer using it first of all, and you can see that the face is rough. Okay, but let's analyze the color and then we know the color grading what to use. Of course, there's a reason why it's actually like this. I think it's just looking plain, no everything looking straight. I mean the color grading now, and the mood of the image is just kind of elegant and emotional and sad. No smile, you can see it from her face as well. She's just looking as if she's troubled, maybe, I don't know. Okay, so that's not aim. The aim is to color grade using the color wheel, but for now let's see. We don't have colors to work with because everything is looking straight, but we have just little colors that we can see. The eye is looking blue, and that's the iris, and then we have the lipstick, which is the kind of orange, and also we have what's it called now, the skin tones. We have the skin tones, so I'm not going to go ahead and drag it into camera raw filter. Let's just quickly see what we can do with it. So like I said, you have to be familiar with all these adjustment layers. We have selective color, so let's start with selective color. I'm going to grab the selective color. And how does the selective color works? I have a video on that already. You can reach out to me so that I can give you the video or just link you up with the link. Okay, so the selective color, whatever color you choose here, you can add additional colors to it. So I can add any of this color or opposite of this color to this red. So for example, the opposite of black is white. So if I take it towards black, I'm adding white to the red. Of course, our face is going to be white now. So if I take it forward, you can see that our face is white because I'm adding opposite of black, which is white, to it. Whenever I take this slider closer to that label, I'm adding the opposite color. If I take this slider towards the yellow, I'm adding blue to this red. If I take this slider towards the magenta, I'm adding green to this red. So see, blues, you can see. And then if I take it backwards, I can add this one, green, to it. All right, so let's reset. Now let's work with colors. So the first one, I'm going to start with yellow. I'm going to add extreme yellow to it. So we have this one. You can actually leave it like this because you already have a color to work with. You can actually add red to it if you feel like so, but let's start with that. Let's go to the red and add some. You can still have some yellows. It depends on the color you're adding. Okay, so add some yellows. If you add some red, it's gonna have another kind of color feel. Please just maintain and then the color you want. Okay, so something like this. Let's leave it like this. Let's turn on the color wheel and see the colors we're adding. So you can see that we're adding this one and then we're adding this one to it. So I'm going to go back to the selective color and maybe increase the red and bring it backwards. Whichever one is already matching this yellow, okay, and this is matching this green. So there's no, it's not bad. We can have this one, 1 2 3, and have this one, which is this analogous complementary, okay, for the colors, the three colors that are seen on the side. And why is that? We can have this one as well, the blue, and this one, and then these two still complementary color, this two and this two. But I'm going to use this one. Let's just use this one in using in color grading. So I'm going to make sure the skin look like this orange. So let's go ahead and make sure it looks like the orange. So now it's looking like the orange already, which is the orange inside. So we need a color to complement this orange, which is this one, the complementary color, and we can make a blue adjustment. So now where are we going to see the blue? Let me turn that off and then close this one. Now we have this. The complementary color needs an opposite color, which is this blue, and any of these three, 1 3 there. So where are we going to add it to? We can add it to the skin. Of course, our cloth is white and then our eyes definitely is blue, of course, and we need it on the background, and the background is dark. So let's go ahead and grab our selective color again, and then this time around I'm going to go to the black, and we can make it more darker, we can make it more lighter, whichever one you want to do. But this time around I want to make it a little bit darker so as to bring the image out. Remember, you can make it look white and make it look further back. That's the aim of the photo in the first place, to make the background look further back and like kind of desaturated. So let's just leave it like this. We can come back and tweak it. So now let's bring it downwards. Now we're going to add color balance. Okay, so I want to focus on the background and add the opposite color, the complementary color, which is this blue. Okay, so I'm just going to take this right here, and onto the color of the background matches this color, I'm going to stop. So let's go ahead, open up the color grading, the color balance, go to the shadows. And how do we get this color? We added green to this, so let's add some blues. We had blues and we can add purples. Of course we don't have purples, but we can have magenta, so we can decrease the green and add blues. So my focus is to get the blues. Okay, alright, so since we have this type of blues and it doesn't fit in too well, we can actually bring it backwards to get this teal green kind of feel. So we can also go to the highlight and add some some of the yellows and just give it a little bit of touch of red. So that's if you want to, but I guess that's to make it look warmer. And that's it. Let's zoom out and we can see that we have this green feel. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off, and then let's see. Now let's even make things more interesting. I'm going to grab the hue and saturation. Let's see, turn on back the color wheel. Let's take it below and turn on back the color wheel. Like I said, I wanted the blue kind of feel, so let's see if we can go inside the hue and saturation and go to the blue channel and mess around with the hue. So it's affecting the let's take it forward and see. You can see it on the shadows. We can clip it to the color balance and change things around. So let's leave it like this, and maybe desaturate some things. Let's just leave it, and we can also, it's not affecting it that much, but we can make it affect by taking that one darker. So you can see the effect on the shadows right here. It's affecting it, and now it's like it's removing it from those dark side. You can go to the cyan and also mess around with the hue of the cyan. So here we can get the blue color that we need, which is this one. Okay, so before, and just bring it in, you can change it extremely and make it look more like the purple, which is this color. And of course we're not using that color, and you can go, but right now we need it kind of blue. So I guess this is the blue we're looking for, 13, and I'm gonna leave it there. Let's go ahead and go to the green. I'm gonna desaturate the green entirely and probably even remove more greens from it. I'm going to go to the yellows, and for us to maintain that, I'm going to increase the saturation of the yellows, and to make the skin look up front, we can increase the lightness of it and increase the saturation as well. So we're bringing the subject forward than before, and we can even make it change the hue and make it look like the orange the more, for us to see that we can compare. So it's looking more like the orange. Go back to it, yep, we were on the yellows, right? Yes, so we can make it look like the orange. Let's make it look like this. Which of the orange now? Can make it look like this. Already it's already having that one, so I'm going to bring it back a little like that, and probably increase the saturation a bit. You can go to the red now and increase the saturation of the red. Okay, so now we're getting what we want, not too saturated, sorry. I just want something proper. You can increase it up and increase the saturation the more, so something like this. And let's go to the blues. Did I increase the saturation of the blues? Of course, the blues we need to, just because of the highs. Okay, and now we are done, so let's turn it off and let's see what we have. So we have this cool color gradient. You can make some places darker by doing some things like this, grabbing this one and probably, making things dark like this, and going ahead using your, what's it called now, gradient tool. What's the gradient tool? Gradient tool, yes, this one. Yep. And then make sure it's selected. Select from the basic, transparent, it's okay. Make sure this is black and it's okay. So black to transparent. Black is going to hide, so let's hide it from here. Yep, I'm just gonna draw and drag it back to something like this, and then we can duplicate again. Let's do another one, and because the source of light is coming right from this side, we can add some other color or some, let's go ahead, go to the blue channel and bring things downwards like this, and then go inside and then do it like this. It's gonna give it a kind of feel, very cool kind of color grading. Okay, so now that we can go inside of it, we actually touched the blue before, so let's bring it up. Let's reset. Yeah, let's reset everything. Reset. Go to the blues. Okay, now it's reset, and we can go inside, not the blues now. Let's go to the red. Let's remove some green from the image. So removing some greens from the dark side, sorry, that's too ash, so I just remove a little bit. Let's go to the red and see what we can actually do to it. Let's just go to the blues now, and if we bring this down, we're adding other colors. Bring it up, we're adding blues. So it's just a way of complementing the colors. Yeah, so something like this to make it look calmer. So it's just there, and we can decrease the opacity. This one as well, which is on the right hand side, can decrease the opacity. So that's just the color grading way. And we can go ahead and grab the curve again. So we're just making more adjustments, and we're going to make this present only in the face. Control I to invert, and grab the brush tool, and we're going to paint on the face like that, and even on the hand, so just to make her come and pop out the more. So I'm going to decrease the opacity though to blend all the image together. So let's look at our color wheel, and then we have the green, analogous, complementary, 1 2 3 colors present, because here is a shade of green, which is this one, and then we have this teal green or teal blue, and then we have the blues, which is at this side, and we have the orange on the lips, and then we have the color of the skin from the orange. So we have the analogous, complementary, and we can turn it off. We can also turn all this back off and have a very straight one. So whichever one, this is actually good and impressive too. So you can turn it back on and then add some black to it, and I can actually do it like this. Ctrl J to duplicate, and then Ctrl I to invert, and it's gonna fill the whole place, and you can decrease the opacity very well. It's gonna give us that fill and something like 11, and then we can turn this on to get a green fill, and bring this of course back on. So let's see our before. So this is our before. This is a very straight image playing, and then this is our after color grading. Okay, so thank you guys. We can brighten up the highs though. We've not retouched the image, that's why it's looking like that. So I believe one way or the other it's very helpful to you. See you in the next video.